Good morning. Today we are going to continue with exercise 7.3. So let us take up question number 9. A similar question we had done, that is question number 8 we have done in the previous video. So what does question number 9 say? Now here it is cos x over 1 plus cos x into dx. So we proceed the same way as we did in question number 8, that is we multiply and divide by 1 minus cos x. So what we get is cos x 1 minus cos x over 1 plus cos x into 1 minus cos x into dx. Now this again is one of the ways of doing this. There can be more than one methods of doing the question. So here also there may be more methods of doing this. This is one of the methods. Now here what does this become? You open it, you get cos x minus cos squared x whole upon this becomes 1 minus cos squared x. But 1 minus cos squared x is sine squared x. So what we get is we open it, cos x over sine squared x comes out to be cosec x cot x minus this is cot squared x. Now we have to note one point is that somehow or the other we have to convert the given function into a form whose integrals we are aware of. Now very obviously here we know the result for cosec x cot x, but we don't know the result for cot squared x. So we will convert that cot squared x also into a form whose result we are aware of. We are aware of the result of cosec squared x. So I will write it as cot squared x is equal to cosec squared x minus 1 and this whole thing into dx. Now we start writing the result. Integral of cosec x cot x is minus cosec x minus integral of cosec squared x is minus cot x. So minus of minus is plus, so we get cot x. Minus of minus is plus x plus a constant. This is the question. A similar question which is question number 12. Okay, so if we take this one, what we get is sine squared x over 1 plus cos x dx. We could have done it the same way as this question, that is by multiplying and divided by 1 minus cos x. But then but here if we notice we also have a sine squared function. So converting this into 1 minus cos squared x will be much faster way or much faster and simpler way of doing this question. So we try to always go by that method which is simpler and faster. Though we could have done this question by the same way as the above question. So here what we do is we can write 1 minus cos squared x over 1 plus cos x dx. And now this can be written as 1 minus cos x into 1 plus cos x upon 1 plus cos x dx. Very clearly this term gets cancelled. We are left with a simple thing, that is 1 minus cos x, and the answer comes out to be x minus integral of cos x is sin x plus a constant. Now we come to another question, and a very important one, that is question number 14. Okay, question number 14 says that cos x minus sin x whole upon 1 plus sin 2x into dx. Now here what we do is instead of sin 2x we can write cos x minus sin x upon, instead of sin 2x we can write 2 sin x cos x. Again there is a 1 here, so we can write it as cos squared x plus sin squared x plus this. So writing it in this form, I am again repeating, this is also one of the ways of doing it. We can do it by other methods also, but this is one of the most useful and easier methods, and we are we want to do it always whenever we have this kind of a question. We try to do it in this manner only, that 1 plus sine 2x can be written as this. This comes out to be cos x minus sin x upon, I can write it as cos x plus sin x whole square. Now it becomes a substitution question, that is, we put denominator as t, numerator is dt, and it can be easily solved. Now, so what do we get? We put cos x plus sin x as t, we get minus sin x plus cos x whole into dx is dt, which is the same as the numerator. So I becomes equal to dt by t squared, which is equal to integral of t raised power minus 2 dt, which comes out to be t raised power minus 2 plus 1 over minus 2 plus 1 plus a constant, which comes out to be minus of 1 upon t raised to the 1 upon t, and this t is cos x plus sin x plus a constant, which is the answer. Now let's come to similarly you can do question number 13, 15, all these questions you can try out. Now I'm coming to another typical question, that is an important question, that is question number 17. It says that sin cube x plus cos cube x over sin squared x cos squared x dx. Very easily you can just split, there is nothing much to it, you simply split open the numerator. So what do we get? We get it as sin squared gets cancelled, we are left with sin x over cos squared x, plus here we are left cos squared x gets cancelled, we are left with cos x over sin squared x into dx. It can be easily written as sec x tan x plus cosec x cot x, and both the integrals we know, and simply we get the answer as this. Answer comes out to be integral of sec x tan x is sec x plus integral of cosec x cot x is minus cosec x plus a constant. So this is the result. Okay, now we come to the next question, that is question number 19, a very very important question. Okay, now this says that, and we have done a similar question as question number 32 of the previous exercise, which says that 1 upon sin x cos cube x dx. Now over there we had discussed that whenever in the denominator we have a product of sine and cos, what we do is we always multiply and divide the denominator by cos. So multiplying and dividing denominator by cos x, we get I comes out to be 1 upon sin x cos cube x into cos x over cos x into dx. This sin x over cos x becomes tan x. So what do we get? 1 upon tan x. Now this one is cos 4x, that is cos raised power 4x dx, can be written as sec 4x into dx over tan x. Now if I put tan x as t, sec squared x dx becomes dt, but here we have sec 4x. So what we do is it can be written as sec squared x dx whole upon tan x. Okay, and now 1 of the sec squared x, so if you put tan x as t, sec squared x dx gets absorbed in dt. We are still left with 1 sec squared x, which can be converted as 1 plus tan squared x. And this is sec squared x dx over tan x. Now you put tan x as t, we get sec squared x dx as dt, and I becomes equal to 1 plus t squared over t dt, which can be written as 1 upon t plus t into dt. We know the integrals of both, that is log t plus integral of this is t squared by 2 plus c. Replace back t in terms of x, we get log of mod of tan x plus half of tan squared x plus a constant. Now there is yet another very important question, that is question number 22. Now question number 22 is very important, as well as a typical question which has to be done in a particular manner. So now here cos of x minus a into cos of x minus b into dx. Now what we do here is, we have got product of two cos functions. We know how to solve it provided these two cos functions were in the numerator. But here the two cos functions are in the denominator. We don't know how to solve this. So such kind of questions always we write it as, see what we do is, can I write it as sine of x minus a minus x minus b cos x minus a cos of x minus b. Now when I write it like this, what do I get? X and x gets cancelled. I am left with b minus a, sine of b minus a. So I have to divide by sine of b minus a. So writing in this manner, I have not changed the question. The question remains the same, but now it comes in a form which is suitable to us. And how does that happen? Sine of b minus a integral of. Now I can expand this as sine x minus a cos x minus b minus cos x minus a sine x minus b whole upon cos x minus a cos x minus b whole into dx, and this comes out to be sine of b minus a. This becomes, now split open the numerator, cos x minus b gets cancelled. I am left with tan x minus a minus, here cos x minus a gets cancelled. I am left with tan x minus b. I know the integrals of both, and that is 1 upon sine of b minus a. Integral of this is log of sec x minus a minus log of sec x minus b into plus a constant. Okay, so now this can be combined together also. As far as possible, we try to combine the log terms. So log of sec of x minus a upon sec of x minus b whole modulus plus a constant can also be written in terms of cos as log of cos of x minus b upon cos of x minus a. So with this in this method way you can do the rest of the questions and similar questions also. One last question which I want to consider, which is another very important question, is question number 23. It says sin squared x minus cos squared x over sin squared x cos squared x into dx. Now this can be easily done by splitting the numerator. I get it as 1 upon cos squared x is sec squared x minus 1 upon sin squared x is cosec squared x into dx. We know both the integrals. This is equal to tan x minus this is minus of cot x plus a constant. So the answer comes out to be tan x plus cot x plus a constant. So in this manner we can do rest of the questions of exercise 7.3 and similar questions. Thank you.